In this tutorial, we'll make a shiny button using Gimp. Open up Gimp and click on File, New. You can keep the image size as default. Go ahead to Advanced Options and fill with Transparency, then click OK. Select the rectangle tool and then click and drag and drop. Double click on the rectangle tool if you don't see the rounded corners option. You'll get your tool options if you double click on any of the tools from the toolbox. Go ahead and select rounded corners. I'm going to make mine pretty significant for effect, so I'm going to go up to like 45. Now we're going to save this selection. Okay, so you're going to click on Select and Save to Channel. That creates this selection mask copy that we'll return to later. Click on Create New Layer. By clicking on Layers, Create New Layer. Set it at Transparency. And now we're going to fill this rectangle with black. So you're going to want to go to your bucket. You're going to want to make sure your foreground color is set as black, and then just click here to make it black. Go back to your layers and create a new layer. Now we're going to select the feather. So you need to go to Select, Feather. And we're going to change this from 5 to 100 pixels. And click OK. This is where we change the foreground color to the color we want for our button. So in this case, I'm going to select blue. And with the fill bucket selected, you just go ahead and click in the selected area. Now you want to remove the blur from the outside edges. To do that, we need to go to the Channels dialog box, where we'll find that selection mask copy that we saved earlier. Select it and then click on the red box in the bottom right hand corner. Click on the Layers menu, and now click on the layer that has the color. Then go to Select and choose Invert. This is where you hit the Delete key on your keyboard, and the blur outside of your button will disappear. We're going to select Invert again to reverse that. Select, Invert. And now we're going to choose the ellipse tool here. But hold the Shift key and the Control key down, and then click, drag, and drop that over your rectangle. And you're going to see this area, everything here is selected. Click on Select and Shrink, because we want to have a margin within that selection area, and click OK. Now, click on the Gradient tool, which is this button right next to the Fill bucket. Double click on it. Make sure that here you've got the gradient set to foreground to transparent. Again, the gradient has to be set to foreground to transparent, and set the foreground to white. Now that you've done that, you're ready to create a new layer. So click on your Layers, Create New Layer. Okay. And now you're going to click, drag, and drop over this area. And now you can see that you have that glossiness started. Now we're going to select None, and here's where we can put in our text. Click on the Text tool. I'm going to change it to 80. And we can go ahead and click here to add our text. I'm going to click, drag, and drop it to make it centered. Click in here, I'll type home. Oops. And I can even center it if I so choose. And then if you need to make it bigger or a different font, you can. At this point, you really are ready to to save the button, but the problem is you have this selection area here. You have this background. The button's going to be too big. You don't want this. You want it to tuck as neatly to this area here as you can. So how do you get rid of that? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Select None, Select All, Select None. And then we're going to go to Tools, and hopefully this will work, Selection Tools, Fuzzy Select. We're going to click here. Oh, pardon me. We're going to select one of our layers, then click on, not the text layer, but any other layer. Then we're going to click on Tools, Selection Tools, Fuzzy Select, select that area, and now we can go up to Select Image and choose Crop to Selection, and that now you've got it cropped to that button. So again, let's undo that because I was confusing everyone. When you're done putting your text in, your text is selected. So select a layer other than your text. So I'm going to choose Select None, right? Then go to a layer, and then I'm going to choose Tools, Selection Tools, Fuzzy Select, and select my button, and then choose Image Crop to Selection. Now you're ready to click on File, Save As. If you haven't already, save it as your home button to your Images folder in your Snapshots folder. So put it in there, Images, Save. And you need to export it also. That XCF button is not an image file. You're going to need to click on File and export that now as a PNG and put it in that folder. It can be a PNG or a GIF, whatever you pick. And then I'm going to go back to that folder, put it in my Images folder, export it. Now I can go and select the text and change it to 1930 and repeat the process. I can edit this button, re-export it as my other buttons, and have the 4 buttons I need to place on my web page.